you've written a book that I don't think has gotten enough press. So I want to talk to you a little bit about Giving is the Good Life.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen this book, this is one of the books we want to give away at the end of this conversation. Giving is the Good Life. Okay, you've written a book called Managing God's Money. You've written a hugely popular book called The Treasure Principle. Money, Possessions, and Eternity. That's a big book. What provoked you to say there needs to be another book by Randy Alcorn on money and on giving? Haven't you said it all in those other books? What's unique about this one? What prompted you to go, I'm going to devote 18 chapters to, again, a subject of money?
Well, I'll tell you, there was another passage I really want to give a lot of attention to in 1 Timothy 6.
Yeah.
But my main reason in writing this book was I thought I want to tell a book that is just has a bunch of stories. So I
Yeah.
actually tell over 100 giving stories in a
Whoa.
medium-sized book, which means most of them are not over 200 words. And if you don't know what 200 words is, and as a writer, you think in these terms, but that's like 2/3 of a page.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Those
they're
are tight.
short stories. Now,
Yeah.
there are a few longer stories that take maybe a couple of pages,
Okay.
but most of them are
Wow.
quite short stories. And actually, I got a number of them from you and gospel patrons, and they're all footnoted, so they drive people over there.
Yeah.
I'm not
Woo.
claiming these happened to me, and I'm not claiming I came
Yeah.
up with this. But what we actually did, someone in our ministry transcribed a number of the stories. Some of them you had in a print form, and others
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Just the interviews or the
Yeah.
videos or whatever.
Right.
And then we would Stephanie, who works with me and does a lot of my editing, does a terrific job, would shorten those stories. And Kathy, who also works with me, would shorten those stories. And then I would shorten them, and we would rearrange things, but just to convey the power of these incredible stories. And my goal with that, John, was that every single person reading the book will at least find a dozen stories that they can really relate to in their lives. Sometimes books on money, including mine, you can hear stories, but a limited number of them. And sometimes it's like, well, yeah, but I'm not that. I don't do that with my life. And I'm not wealthy like that person. Well, there's a bunch of non-wealthy people's stories as well as wealthy people's stories in this book.